you don't need to be rich and you don't need to be male model good looking in order to get women. In fact, there's one thing that if you focus on will dramatically improve your results with women. It is the highest ROI thing that you can focus on. In today's video, I'm going to cover what that is, how to switch it, and I'll also share with you the ways I see guys like really messing this up so that you can avoid doing the same. If you don't know me, my name is Todd. I've hit on far too many women, and I've taught so many guys how to do the same. Let's dive in. Have you ever had a guy walk in to a room where you're like, damn, that guy's got it? And I'm not talking so much about like, oh, he's so handsome, but like there's just this energy coming off of him. There's just this like X factor. There's this vibe coming off of him. And like, yo, even though you're a guy, you notice it. So you know damn well that the women notice it. So I know I've had this experience where I'm in a room and a guy walks in. I'm like, yo, that guy's got it. And this is kind of the main thing that's driving the most amount of attraction with women. I'm not going to pretend that like, you know, being tall and handsome isn't attractive. We know that. What I'm saying is there's a bigger lever that you can push on that will get you better results. You're as tall as you're going to get, I'm assuming, and also you're as handsome. I mean, you know, look as good as you can, but like that kind of has a ceiling, whereas this doesn't. So when a guy walks in and he's just got that energy, it's like, yo, what's up? Okay, that's the switch that I'm talking about. So most men are operating from a very linear logic, like step by step, like dirt type of approach. That's not what women respond to. As I say, women don't get wet over logic. Like, that's not happening from logic. That's happening from a different space. So most guys are operating from logic and linear. I'm a guy. You are. You're a guy. Linear and logic is great, but when it comes to women, that's not what's actually doing it. So there's a switch to be made into the non-linear, non-logic, into this kind of vibe, this energy. There's a kind of like this X factor, like that is what you want to make the switch to. So most guys are coming from the logic, and it's important to make the switch into the vibe and into the energy. Most of the guys I've coached and the guys that I've seen that have gotten good at it have made the switch from kind of this very logical approach to much more of like a vibe, energy, aura, like X factor type of thing. Okay, before we dive into like how to actually create it, I want to cover, you know, one of the bigger mistakes I see guys make. And it's that they assume that you either have it or you don't. Like you either got it or you don't. Okay, it's not a binary. No guy came into the world just like, what up, like straight out of the womb, like, yo, I'm swaggy and I'm just getting every girl. It's cultivated, like it's developed. So like, it's not a binary, I either have it or I don't have it. It's much more of like on a continuum, and you're able to kind of move that needle. So the first mistake I see guys make is they go, well, he has it, I don't. And they don't even attempt to cultivate or develop having that X factor that is really what women are attracted to and responding to. The second mistake I see is if they do notice that they can, they don't put any energy or effort into it. Like most guys, they'll work on their physique and they will work on their money, but they don't work on developing their vibe. They don't work on developing their energy, their X factor. They don't put any effort into it. And what's really cool about this is like, you know, newbie gains, like when you first work on something, the gains are huge. It's the same with this area. Most guys have put zero effort into their energy, their swag, their vibe. And the smallest bit of effort makes a huge result because they're like so new to it. Let's get into the next part of it, which is like, cool story, bro. How do I develop it? Okay, first of all, most guys like when they see a girl that they're attracted to, like just imagine you see the girl, like you're like, like you can feel yourself kind of tighten up. Okay. That X factor, that je ne sais, they're loose, man. They're like, what up? Like they're much more loose. So the first step is like when the guy's feeling tight is kind of like working his way through the tightness to get him to be loose. I'm not even worried about the energy and the vibe and like pushing it, the range, the vocal expression until I've helped the guy get loose. The main way we do that is owning how we're feeling. Like most guys hide the fact that they're nervous. I'm like, no, 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 no. You need to own the fact that you're nervous and say it. Now, this isn't going to get the first girl that you see attracted to you, but like over time, what you're reinforcing is like, you're enough. Like, it's okay that you feel the way that you do. Like, it settles the system down and allows the guy to go from like feeling tight to feeling more loose. Once we've got the guy feeling more loose and like his energy can start to flow, at that point, we look at more expression, more range, more like push pull, more flirty, like more increasing the guy's energy and aura. But like to start, we kind of got to get him from feeling like super tight to like getting over to feeling more loose. This concept goes really deep. Like the other thing I want to say here is this X factor thing. We just call it that, but like real talk, it's a bunch of skill sets that are underneath it. We just kind of don't know how to do it. So we just go, oh, it's an X factor. That is part of what makes guys think that they can't develop it because like you either have it or you don't. But the truth is it's a bunch of little small skill sets. So the first one is a skill set of going from loose to tight. The other one is going from like that logical into kind of more of the flowy, like into kind of more the non-logical, like not answering questions. This is an example. Like it's so rare that I answer questions when I'm out. Like that's very like, guys like, what do you do? And I'm like, you don't need to answer it. Like, it doesn't need to be a logical thing. Look, I've broken this concept down. Today's video is like, it's more of a ranty thing. I put a free course below in the school group and I like break down this vibe and like the fact that like logic isn't what's turning women on. It's actually the non-logical. It's actually the non-linear. And most guys can really develop this and become very, very attractive to women. I want to say this to you. You are underestimating how attractive a man can become to women by focusing on this, by developing and cultivating their swag and their vibe. You're underestimating this. Like you can become a guy that like walks in the room and like people can feel it. They can feel it coming off of you. And I see it time and time again in our linear logical brains. I'm a guy. I also have logic. We're like, no, it's like this. We're underestimating how much swag a person can have. Like you, even yourself, I can guarantee you that you view yourself a certain way and that you're like, yeah, like, no, not really. Dude, you are underestimating how much you can cultivate and develop this energy and this swag so that when people meet you, they're like, damn, that dude's got it. You're underestimating it. I don't know how many more times I can say it. Like it's such a powerful thing for you to focus on. You will be able to get so many gains from focusing on this area because nobody does it. Like it's so uncompetitive. Every guy is like, how do I get jacked? Every guy is like, how do I make more money? This part, like, because it requires like emotional stuff, like it's more difficult to work on because of the fact that it's like emotionally like kind of upsetting to have to develop it. And there are ways around it. There are ways to make it easier. Free course below, I break it down. Like I show you ways to make this transition easier. But like it's one of these things that like because so few men are doing it and because you yourself haven't really even put energy into it, you can get a huge amount of swag. Like Okay, I'm not saying be a rapper, but if you look at rappers, they have a shit ton of swag. Again, I'm not saying to be a rapper, like there are big downsides to that, but like that amount of swag, like when Drake goes at like I know he's famous, so like it's not exactly a fair example, but like take a guy with real swag and put him in an environment where every dude's like dirt, 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 dirt. That guy's gonna clean up, bro. Like he's gonna clean up. Like every woman is basically going to want that guy because he's actually tapped into something different. So what I'm trying to get your attention and like get you to focus on is that there's this other thing that women are attracted to that's causing a lot of the attraction. Almost no guy is working on it. You can dial it up a ton and it's uncompetitive. Like you're going to get not a lot of guys are in it. And also, you're going to get all of these early gains because you haven't really worked on it at all. So, I put together a free course. I know I always say it down below. Free course in the school group, breaking apart this and like every other part of this step by step, like this area of life, so that you can get really good at it, so that you can get the wife that you want or the partner that you want, or get all the sex that you want, or date multiple amazing, beautiful, so you can get the types of women that you want, so that you can feel comfortable and confident in your own skin and like create what you want in this area of your life. I put it all in a free course below. I hope that helps my ranty video. Todd out, but I will be back.